Hey Chams, are you wondering how to sew a corset that will expose your cleavage? Here is a video for you. So, seeing the materials we use, I'll be teaching you how to make it. So, get your pattern paper, be drafting it. What you are going to do first is we're going to be marking our front pattern first before we mark our back pattern. To mark our front pattern, we're going to get our hips measurement. We're going to get our hips measurement. So, the person's hips is 40 divided by 4. We'll be using 10. So we're going to mark it downward. What we'll be doing next is to I marked my armhole and my waist. The person's waist is 16. We're going to leave it like that. We are going to then mark our bust to bust. That's the same. Remember that this paper is we are marking it in a folded way. Like we are assuming that we folded it. That's how we are marking it. The person's bust to bust is 7. We use 3.5 divided by 2. We use 3.5. Then the person's shoulder is 15. We use 8. We mark 7.5 plus 0.5 sewing allowance. What we're doing now is to connect it. We'll be moving to the waist side. We'll be at the waist side, we'll be doing the under bust tightening. Here we'll be taking in 1 inch. We'll connect it to the bust measurement. The bust point is 11. I'm going to go down by 0.5 and the under bust is 13. I'm going to go down by 0.5, then connect it to the waist. As you can see, pay attention to this very well. At the under bust to be going in by 0.5, going out by 0.5, then we are going to connect it to the bust measurement. Then we are going to connect it back to the waist. This is the bust tightening. Pay attention. You can use this to cut a corset. You can use it to cut a busting, and it's going to sit properly. Yeah, we are going to mark the neckline. The width is 3 and the neck is 3. This is standard neck measurements. Like you can actually tweak it, but this is a standard neck measurement. Yeah, we are doing the shoulder tightening. We're connecting, we'll go up by 0.5 again, then we're going to connect it to the center part of the neckline. This is not all, there's still more we have to do. Just watch what I do. So at this part, the corset is something that will not expose your cleavage. So we're going to go up by 5. We're going to connect. This is 7. I went up by 6 because I don't want it to expose the cleavage. So that's the center part of the cleavage. What we're doing here is to connect the side part of the bust. So we'll be connecting it. As you can see, just follow the way I did it in this video. Just pay attention to how I did it in this video. So I'll be going. Remember, I don't want it to expose my cleavage, so I'll be making it 5 instead of 6. But they said this is center part. This so I used my barrel to the upper parts. I gave it a curve look, a curve shape. So you can curve yours too like that, depending on the design you want for your cup. There are different type of cup corsets depending on what you want. So this part will be a 3-piece corset. 3-piece. There are some that are 2-piece. I'm making my 3-piece. So yeah, I'm joining the armhole together. I will be taking 1 inch on both sides. Please ignore what you see here. Please just taking 1 inch, at least 0.775 inches. Anything you take in at the shoulder parts for the shoulder tightening, add it back to your bust side, as you can see in this video. The next thing I'll be doing here is to connect my um armhole to my cup corset. Yeah, the next thing I'm doing is to make a shoulder, like a sleeve, a yoke connected from my corset cup to my shoulder. So I went in, I used 3 inches and I went in by 2 inches to have that cupped look. Yeah, I'll be closing it. So I measured my waist, which is 7. I added the 2 inches I removed from the waist side. Then I added 2 inches allowance. My bust is 7. I added 2 inches allowance to one for sewing and one for the center I cut away. So I'm trying to see if it is accurate. What I'll be doing here is to I'm using a marker to trace it so that you can see what I did clearly, what I'll be cutting out clearly. Yeah, I wasn't comfortable with the widthness of the bust, so I adjusted it with my marker. I'll be cutting it. Everything you see marked in black, I'll be cutting it out. You see me cutting it out. I'm making my line visible. So I labeled the corset cup so that I won't make mistake while cutting it because it can be very, very confusing. Yeah, I mistakenly cut out the part I'm not supposed to cut. So I am using my paper tape to tape it back. So yeah, I'll be taping the center part of the corset cup. Yeah, I'm cutting out the important part. It's supposed to be labeled. Please make sure you label it so as not to make mistake. Especially if this is your first time of making a corset, make sure you label it very well. And this is the yoke of the upper. You as you can see the picture that I sent to you. That's what you'll be making. That's the yoke, the upper part. That's what I call the yoke. So the next thing we'll be doing is to transfer it to our fabric. We're cutting everything on our fabric placement. So what you're going to do is to pin it on your fabric. Make sure you add half-inch sewing allowance all through on important places where you're supposed to add sewing allowance. You're going to add sewing allowance. Be very careful while doing this and pin it. If you look at it closely, you see I had to move the design to the front. I've added the half-inch allowance. I moved it to the front so that I can cut it very well. Although there are other methods, but work with what works for you very well. Yeah, I'll be cutting this is center part of the corset. So I'll be cutting it on fold. You can see I cut it from the folded part. I've cut the cup parts on the black on a fabric. Yeah, I'll be cutting the side and the center piece on an Ankara fabric. That's the design I want. That's the effect I want on the dress. You see me carefully cutting it. I'll be careful while you're doing this thing. Pin it, please pin it. Yeah, we're done with the cutting, transferring of everything. You're going to transfer it to your stay, you're going to transfer it to your lining, and you're going to transfer it to your tissue stay. So remember the part that I said we'll be cutting it on when it is folded. I've opened it up. That's the center part. This is the side part. Side part is two pieces. The center part is just one piece because we cut it on fold. All I'll be doing is to use our pin to join it. I use the ST to to make the fabric of the Ankara motika. Front piece motika. Then I use the tissue stay on the lining. So here is my corset. I used the labeled paper to arrange it on my bust part. This is how I'll be arranging it. I used wording on my corset. You can actually put after using wording, you can use cup to make it more firmer. So I used it to arrange. You can see I'm carefully checking if it is accurate. What I'll be doing, I've gone to my machine, I've sewn the corset, the cup side together. What I'll be doing is to connect it to the side part and to connect it to the center part. As you can see, I've connected it, and that's the shoulder. I've connected the shoulder too. What I'll be doing is to be fixing boning. I'll look for the center part. I'm going to fix my boning. I'm going to look for the fix my boning here, and I'm going to lit fire to make it firmer and less, and for it to be choking you. You know that stuff now when you wear corset like to be choking you. Once you can lit fire on the upper and lower parts, it there will not be any form of you can fix your cup at this point. You can see corset is now fine. So fine. So here's my friend. She's test fitting the gown for me. So I placed the shoulder. I made a structure sleeve, and here is me rocking the design. You can see my breast is not showing because I made a corset that did not expose my cleavage. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye. See you in our next video. Like this video, please.